All right, so this is the adult nationals finals men's singles match against Enrico, and I'm gonna try to give you guys a live play-by-play breakdown of kind of what was going through my mind strategy-wise and the adjustments that I made throughout the match. So here's the beginning of the match, 0-0, and just in the beginning I always try to focus on getting a good head start. So here, got a little bit lucky just with a unforced error from my opponent. I knew against that, I knew coming in against Enrico that he has kind of a quicker double styled pace to his men's singles. He has kind of an unorthodox overhead, which is his backhand corner, his overhead backhand corner. He doesn't typically like to take backhand, but I knew that if I could force him to take backhand, that I would have the advantage. So here you saw, I tried to take the net, but he was a little bit quicker than me at the net and was able to get a quick brush against me. There you go, again, trying to target his backhand corner, short lift there, but again, going to his backhand corner, and you'll see he always likes to take it overhead, and so that one, I pinned him. He didn't have time to turn, but I was able to get him in the overhead backhand corner. And I think, well, I know in this match, he also began to really target my backhand corner, which you guys will see as well. There I go again, taking the net early and trying to force him to play the lifts first. I definitely knew that in this hall, taking the net advantage was really, really important. There he is, going with a backhand corner, another consecutive backhand corner shot. I remember this point. So the umpire actually faulted him for this. I don't think either of us faulted. He didn't hit my racket. He didn't go over. I was a little bit kind of far from the net. If he would have hit my racket, then I guess it would have been a fault for impeding his way, but umpire awarded the point for this one, so I guess it was a lucky point for me. Here we go again, lift to the backhand corner, moving him around a little bit. Forcing a lot of the attack from him, which is kind of what I wanted to do early on, was to make sure that I wasn't hitting any unforced errors, but also not going for too many risky attacking shots too early on. I wanted to get into rallies with him, and knowing that the longer the rally, the better chances I had of scoring. I know that he typically likes to put points away a little bit quicker. So here you see again, I tried to go for the block again at the net, off of a bad net, but got punished there. Here we go. I was really focusing on service return and not taking the shuttle low. So as soon as the shuttle is crossing the net, I'm almost kind of pouncing on it for a quick hold. And then here you saw I held it a little bit and then just punched it to his forehand corner and caught him kind of flat-footed. Here we go again, a lot. See that how he doesn't really turn for the backhand in the backhand corner? He always wants to take it as a forehand. So making sure that I was getting enough, see, there we go again, enough height and depth on that backhand corner to make him turn. See, there he had to take a backhand. Versus myself, I take a lot more backhands, but unforced error, didn't need to go that tight for that cross-court drop. But it was open. So 3-7 here. I'm still leading. Again, really focusing on maintaining that lead is really important in the first. I feel like grabbing the first game is always so important just because it makes playing the rest of the match more free, a lot less pressure. Here had a really good opportunity to score off of a short lift, but unfortunately went into the net. again, you see how I take the service return as high as I can, just to get him a little flat-footed again. There, a little bit lucky on the outside smash from my opponent. But again, setting the tone off of the service return, not being lazy and not being late to the service return was something that I really focused on during this match. Late backhand. Just got caught in the backhand corner a little bit too late. And so after catching him once flat-footed on his service already, I knew I really needed to pressure his serve because he just was not comfortable serving. And you'll see that in the rest of this game. That was a really nice shot. See, I thought he had to turn for a backhand there. Somehow was still able to just jump and still flip it with the straight drop. But you'll see that I continue to stick to the strategy for his backhand corner. There we go. There we go. As long as I'm lifting deep and high enough, can't really hurt me too much from the back. Close call. I think I remember that was really close to the line. So again, see how I took the shuttle, the service return very early, high up, forcing him to be in such a defensive position just right away from the service return, continuing to pressure him off the service return. Keeping it simple. I remember in the first set I kept it quite simple, serving almost always to the tee. But you'll see in the third game I changed it up, and it really was effective because he wasn't expecting much of that. There we go. A little bit of a more aggressive point here, pressuring him with some stick smashes, and then one straight, one cross for the winner. Just awful recovery shot, so high, and obviously got punished there. 8-10, still leading by 2. Really important to try to get to 11 on this one because it's a 3-point cushion instead of getting to 9-10. So these are some of these really critical points. A little bit lucky with the guess, but still he pressured me in the front on the follow-up. So 9-10. There we go again. See how I got him on the backhand corner again, and I know that he just does not want to turn for the backhand, right? He just wants to force it, and so when you can kind of pin them in the backhand corner like that, it makes it very difficult for them to play a cross court because they're already so out of position. So there, his only option was to go for a straight smash winner, which was also very out of position, and I capitalized there. Here it's kind of funny because sometimes when I'm playing and at intervals, you can kind of see and hear what the coaches are telling their player. And I mean, sometimes it actually will, make such a difference in a game because you can catch them on one or two key strategies or points that they're going for right off of the interval change, and that just changes the entire game. So here you can see me literally watching and trying to hear what his coach Keoni is telling him what to do, and I was actually able to catch a few of the key pointers that he was going to try in the second half of the first game. Shuttle change. Usually, obviously, when I do have a new shuttle, tends to be a little bit faster since it's newer. These shuttles tend to slow down. It was also very cold, so they were a little bit slower as you played more rallies, but here you go. But here you go. You see I went for the attack right off of the interval. Just unfortunately was a little bit out. He went with the flick serve because I was pressuring him on the short serve, so I knew that his short serve was already starting to feel very uncomfortable, that he was already trying to get a flick serve right away. There you see I took his drop shot very high, again from the backhand corner. He was already in trouble. As soon as it came as a kind of a soft drop, I just pounced on it and just played a very simple straight net, which put him in a lot of trouble. There he is, going towards my backhand. Good get, just trying to save every smash that I can, trying to prolong all the rallies. And there we go, I got him with a backhand smash off of a short lift. Good lift, just played a normal recovery. Here we go again, just trying to make sure I get enough depth and height on all my backcourt shots. That one was just way too flat. Way too flat. He was able to jump and just cut it off right away. I knew right away. And so you'll also see later I start to try to avoid these very flat exchanges with him, just because I know those are the ones he's able to kind of just jump for right away versus stretching the court with longer and higher clears and lifts. There you go. See again, another lift, or sorry, flick serve, just because he wasn't comfortable with the short serve. And really was able to just open up the court for me again. Backhand corner again. That one was a little bit flat from him actually, and should have been a little bit more ready. He tends to play these flatter also lifts and clears, which I knew going into the second and third that I needed to kind of be a little bit more careful for and pounce on. There we go again, pressuring his service. Just felt very comfortable. His service was a little bit high, a little bit loose every time, and I just had a lot of time for holds and deception. So there we go, a little bit of a deception for the straight push into his backhand, and got a unforced error from him. There we go with the backhand clear to kind of move him off a little bit, just to let him know that I do have the backhand clear. There we go with some aggressive attacking play. See his punch clears, how they're quite flat. And again, he's really trying to push the pace, but you know, obviously when you are trying to do that, you can get some unforced errors from your opponent. There we go. I knew he was going to go backhand again. He has been trying to go for my backhand quite a bit, and I just knew that one was coming off the service, so I knew right away not to turn for backhand and try to go for an attacking shot, and it paid off right there. There we go. See, he's going backhand again. Backhand 3 in a row almost. Fourth one in that rally. Just keeping it consistent with my recovery and waiting for him to make the errors. There we go again on the backhand. See that? Lifted again to my backhand. I knew right away couldn't take it as a backhand, and I needed to attack. Went for the cross-court stick smash that he wasn't quite ready for. So he's still going for the backhand here, even though I've just attacked and scored twice off of it. So it was really working out for me. So went for it again, but some lucky defense right there. Still in the rally. See, really flat clears to the backhand where I'm able to cut off. Ooh. That one I thought I had as well. Was a little bit flat from his end, and I knew I needed to cross that one down, but just couldn't get it quite in. See, there we go again. Just, I knew he's very uncomfortable serving at that point. I think he gives me an error after this in this first game or something, but continued to pressure his short serve. Just wasn't quite the quality that he needed to make me feel uncomfortable. Simple recovery, long lift, high enough so you can't attack. Just a little bit out. Had him pretty good on the straight to set up for that cross-court smash, but unfortunately just missed it by a little bit. There it is, right on my game point, just served in the net. So after this first game, you know, I knew that I really needed to continue to pressure his serve. Unfortunately, he actually does start to feel a little more comfortable with his serve in the second game here, and is able to get a little bit of momentum and consistency in his serve. But but that's kind of what gets him going. I think, this obviously goes 3 games, but he continues to mix up his serves with some more flick serves as well. And so here you see myself again. I'm trying to kind of listen to what Coach Keoni is telling him and pick up on some key strategies and key adjustments that he's trying to make against me. This doesn't always work though, because you're not always that close to the opponent. This just happens to be like a normal court. You see the umpire's booth or stand is just in between us. But I mean, when you're playing bigger tournaments like Super Series, you'll notice too, like the booths are or the players are separated pretty far on the court. So it's pretty hard to see across what your opponent is getting from their coach, and the other times too, like you don't even know if they're speaking the same language. But in this case, in the first game, I was able to hear Coach Keoni, so I was like, I'm just gonna see if I can, kind of eavesdrop and pick up on the strategies that he's getting from her. Start of the second game here. So again, I knew I needed to focus on my service and then my service return from him as well. So here we go. There he is again. First shot was to the backhand corner again. Again, see, he doesn't want to take backhands at all. It's always just an overhead, even when he's late. I think my racket actually hit my knee a little bit on that one. But again, sometimes when I was even pinned in the backhand corner, I would still give him a backhand clear, just to let him know that I had that, and to back him off a little bit from the front. So that my recovery shots or my flat recoveries were still going to be effective later in the game. So here he is, 1-0 up on the second already. Again, doesn't want to take any backhand. Here he goes for my backhand. I attack, and I get a lucky roll there. Just late decision there. Wasn't sure if it was in or out. I took it way too late there. Went with the outside serve, just an unforced error. Didn't think that his serve would be that good right away in the second game. So 3-1, he's up now. And I think he starts to dial in his short serve. That one was a little high, but I wasn't able to get him. But here I am. See, recovery, flat recovery. Another net roll, and I think he got faulted on that one for being over the net, which was interesting. So I went for the net right there, just a little bit too tight. I didn't need to gamble on that one, but it was definitely a winner. If it went over, would have been 3-3, but instead down 2 points, 4-2 now. So trying to stay close. I don't want him to have too much of a lead. There you see again, short serve was a little high. I went to pressure him, but he got out of it. So one of those 50-50 points that I felt he was quite lucky to get out of. So 5-2 now, he has a 3-point lead. With the clear, see, he was late. With the clear, he knows that my backhand does have more variety, but I ended up with an unforced error on the cross drop. 6-2 now. So here's where I have to kind of be careful, because I don't want to let him get away with a 5-6 point lead. So here we go again, just a lift off of the serve to keep it in. Some clears, forcing him to attack. You see that? On a clear like that, I usually expect someone to take just a normal backhand, but he has this overhead that's a little bit late and out of position, and he was still able to clip it down, which just gets me kind of off by surprise a little bit. See, that little flick serve was a little bit rushed, but he gets a little comfortable with the service here. So here I'm down 6 already. It's 8-2. He's leading me. Again, have to be really careful not to be down too much going into the interval. unforced error. At this point, I was trying to stop the bleeding, trying to go for a quick point, but didn't pay off. And I knew that I needed to kind of revert back to the original game of playing the longer rallies, which would play to my advantage. He would just make more errors off of the longer rallies, and I had a better chance. So here you see, playing quality lifts and clears, just trying to get the rallies going and force him to attack. You see this? I'm forcing him to attack here. Deep clear, enough to get, but again, with that overhead, he just has this weird timing that gets me off guard a little bit, and he got me there with the cross drop, even off of a really good quality clear. And I was just there way too late, way too low, and he came up and punished me right away. See, flick serve again. There we go. So this one I knew he might go for that off timing cross court again. Was able to take it early and play it as short as I could, and he didn't even have a chance to get there on that one. See, did you see my footwork there? I was actually ready for the backhand lift, so I was ready to attack that one already. I just knew that he was going to target that corner again. So here I'm still scraping by a few more points before the interval. Got another one here, all crucial. 5-10. I mean, I'm just trying to get as many points as I can before the interval here at this point. Shame on that one, because the point before that, he, off of my service turn, he lifted it out, right? So I knew in my head that on this next serve, 5-10, he was going to net. And he did net, and I went for the re-net to try to score, and just a little bit too soft and went into the net. But I knew the net was coming and just couldn't capitalize on that. So 11-5 down. Still not too far, but have to be a little bit careful here. That was a good serve by him, actually. But I was able to get him, pin him on the forehand corner, and then straight smash combination. 6-11. What a shame, too. I had the right stance already to go for that straight smash, and actually had it early. Was just out by about an inch, I think. Didn't bring it in enough, which was huge because it would have been 7-11 instead of 12-6. So here, 12-6. See, even in those situations, he's not taking any backhand. But here, his punch clear was a little bit low and flat, which was what I was talking about earlier, was being ready for those flatter shots and just taking them as early as I can, whether it's a block, a soft drop like that, but not taking it as a recovery shot. Here we go with some clears mixed up with some recovery shots to kind of keep him moving back and forth. But you see how he's still punch clearing. Oh, I got a little bit lucky there. Again, he has just super out of position, and he's able to get this unorthodox cross drop, right? I really forced a punch clear back to him there, which kind of put me out of position, and he went for it, but luckily it just was a little tiny bit out. Lucky net roll there, nothing I can do. Costly time for me, very good timing for him to kind of break any momentum that I'm trying to build right now in the second game. Good serve there with a good clear. I think that one was on the line as well. 14-8, so I'm down 6 now. It's getting quite difficult to come back now, but let's see what happens here. Flick serve, right? See, there we go, cutting off kind of the flat recovery shot again from him. But again, I'm trying to get these rallies going. I don't want the short points. I don't want the short rallies. I want to get into as long of a rally as I can with him, knowing that he is more likely to make a mistake than I am in these longer rallies. See, out of position, but he's just somehow able to get this forehand shot still. Recovery shot on the line. This is a point that I remember really needing to focus on. 10-14 off of a call. These are the type of points that can kind of change momentums. I don't think I was able to capitalize, but those are just super, super critical points because they can really throw your opponent off. Yeah, so you see he got me with some deception, but luckily I was able to get this point from an unforced error. But he did get me off the service deception there, which was huge. 11-14 now, within 3, so it's manageable. But again, every point from here on out is so critical. There we go again. Oh. Off of the service, you see I had the right stance again for the attack, but instead of going for the smash, I should have went for a cross-court smash versus just hitting that soft drop. Should have just pressured him. I was already in position, right setup, right anticipation. Unfortunately, just didn't make the right shot selection. There we go again. Just deep enough on the lift and the height of that lift to make him trying to hit it again behind his head, which he's very capable of doing, but was able to get the unforced error there. So there I did attack this time, but on the follow-up just was a little strong, so out. There he was with a really good renet, which he wasn't hitting so much throughout the entire first game, and even leading up to this part of the second game, he wasn't renetting me so much. So that was a very good challenge shot by him to force me to play a gambling net mistake. There we are, kind of just rally, backhand clear to get him off of the front. Went too close for the corner on that one. Unforced error. Didn't really need to go for the corner there, but at this point I'm feeling a little bit of pressure to score, so I was going for some lines. Here we am again, just stretching the court as much as I can, right? On his cross smash, blocking straight, and then waiting for him to hit the short or flat lift or clear, and then just punishing him with the cross-court drop. I think this might have been the 9th match that I played in 3 days, and let me tell you, by this match my legs were so blasted, but somehow just after getting warm each day I was able to still manage, but it was definitely a struggle by this match. Oh, that was a very good serve, very flat. Backhand cross net. So there was a backhand cross court recovery, which I hadn't hit yet. I was hitting more straight recoveries and straight backhand clears, right? So there I gave him a cross court backhand recovery, followed it with a net spin, forcing the short lift, and then he was just waiting for a smash and had no chance on that drop. There it is again. So I knew and anticipated that one pretty well. Backhand corner, went for the cross smash, which should have been a winner, but just missed it by an inch. Huge mistake. Good serve, clipped the net, threw off my timing, and just another unforced error. So he's getting some momentum here, and it's kind of difficult to kind of get out of this hole now. Aced me there with the outside service. Very good serve. I didn't know if that's what he was aiming for, but really good serve. All right, so coming into this third game, I remember specifically knowing that I needed to get away from all of these super flat exchanges with him. He has some good power, and in a smaller hall or gym like this, you can kind of get away with these punch clears or cross court clears that you hit when you're out of position. So I wanted to play a little higher and longer. Oh, so, you know, got really good defensive shot, crossed him. He was scrambling to the front, but just tried to lift it, and it hit straight into the net and tumbled over. And so something like this is actually, you might think it's just 1 point, but at the start of the third game, it can really set the tone. And I remember him building momentum off of that point. I think he goes 4-0 up after that lucky net roll lift. So this might be an unforced, unforced error right there. So points like that are so crucial at the right times. 2-0, I think I lose this point as well. Short lift. Yep. Short lift. He hit me with a body smash. I was able to still retrieve it, but he was following in so fast because my lift was so short. He was already basically at the mid-court. 3-0 now, so I really need to stop the bleeding here, which I don't think I do quite yet. Good re-net by him. See, punch clear. Again, behind the head drop shot. Again. And just went too tight on that return right there. 4-0 now. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. And I think here I get an unforced error from him, or I get a lucky point. But I do remember that I think I get 1 point here and it becomes 4-1. So let's see. Yep, so played the net and then went in and pounced on his re-net. So you've seen him play 2 re-nets now. So he's not always lifting at the front court now anymore. There we go, another unforced error. This is where I know I need to start building momentum and kind of at least tying it, but not letting his lead get away. So 2-4 here now, down 2 points in the third. Again, for the backhand corner, I went for the attack, making sure that I'm retrieving his smashes first is most important. He's going for the attack here again. Went for the re-net again, right? So he's really trying to take the net now, but playing some pretty tight and risky nets. There I was lucky to get the unforced error. And now I'm within 1 point. There I went for the re-net. Basically challenged him at the net with the spin right away, took it as high as I could, and it paid off. Recovery, went for the re-net again, and then went for this cross drop. Didn't need to be a winner. Wish I could have just cleared that one and continued to kind of build momentum, because he was definitely under pressure a little bit after just going up 4-0 and then dropping 4 points, right? So he definitely had the pressure to break my kind of point streak going. So 5-4 here now. Pretty important points here, because you're either starting to build momentum, or you're staying, or I'm able to tie it here, 5-5, right? So let's see what happens. Flick serve, right? There it is. Focusing on my defense. There he was in re-net. Good lift. Defense. On the backhand, just pushing him back again to force his attack. Clear. A little short. Way too short, way too flat. And so I think from this point, I change a little bit, and instead of trying to punch back those backhand ones, I think I just block them, or I try to go much higher and much longer. See, there he is with his power recovery shots again. Just there, I was a little bit indecisive on my backcourt shot where I hit that clear. I think I was contemplating a drop or smash, but just last second decided to hit it clear, and it was short, and he punished it and followed in right away with that. So from there I knew not to hesitate, try not to hit those hesitation clears, to either just go for the attack right away or to hit a deep clear. So there he is again with those punch clears. See that clear much higher. He was able to get the line on that one. So 4 in a row again by him now. So it's now 8-4. I have to stop the bleeding here, or else it might get kind of out of my hands. Flick again. And then see, it was a little bit out of position by him, behind his head again, but he went for that cross smash, which, again, I don't expect a shot like that when the player is so out of position, which is why it makes him quite dangerous, because he will go for shots like that. That can just get you completely out of surprise. So I gave him a flick. See that one again. Just out of position, right? I think those are the shots that I was really afraid of, was when he's just a little bit late. He just has enough power to still go for a winner. That was a good serve by him. There I go with the attack, right? No hesitation from the back. I knew I needed to put some pressure on him. So I'm down 6-9 now, so down 3 points. That one was... couldn't do anything there. Just got me really good with a really good shot. So 10-6 now. This is also really important because he gets one more. We're at the interval and I'm down 5. So I need to try to get at least 1, 2, maybe 3 points here. And get very lucky. Served it into the net. So 7-10. That makes a world of a difference in the third game. Let's see what happens here. I didn't want to gamble with the renet there. Just didn't want an unforced error because I did that earlier in one of the games. Now here, just focusing on being consistent. See if I can get another error from him. Depth in my clears and my lifts. So there we go. I'm just making the rallies as long as I can. Checking where he was. Unforced error there. Thought I had a good line for the straight drop, but just an unforced error. So 11-7 down here now. I remember that I had hit a few straight smashes out, and I knew those were all really crucial, but I knew the straight smash is something that I did need to have to execute in this second half of the third game. It was going to be a really important shot, and it's going to come later. You'll see there's a few opportunities that I'm able to hit that straight smash. Tried to pressure him right off the serve. Unforced error. So 12-7. At this point, I need to make sure that I cannot make any more unforced errors and give him easy points. See, higher lifts, so that he's not able to cut him off right away. Waiting for his flatter clears, and then I was able to hit a cross drop, right? So, again, trying not to get into too much of the flat exchanges with him, but giving him higher and deeper lifts, and also higher and deeper clears that aren't as flat. See, flick serve, and he's still able to kind of smash from behind the head. But I was able to get to that defense right away to the forehand, and he was really chasing, right? You saw after he hit that smash from behind the head off of my flick serve, he was almost just straight sprinting or running to the front because he hit a smash so out of position. And then right after he lifted there, I was able to attack him. Took that net as high as I could for the lift. There we go, cross block. There we go, there's the straight smash, right? I knew that it was going to come in to play, so was really fortunate that I had good feeling on that one. Got him a little bit in the back. Again, cross block, cross drop. There he was with a little bit of a short lift, and I was able to get him with the cross drop, but he was still able to save it and get back into the rally, but I was able to finally get him to leave a cross net, and it was in. So big point, right? I mean, when you have your opponent scrambling like that and on the ground and you're not able to score, it really can change the momentum. So that was another really big point right there. In points like that, when you have your opponent on the ground, you kind of have to remember not to force anything out of character. You don't have to go for the winner right away, right after they're on the ground, because sometimes it forces you into an unforced error. So there you see I didn't actually score until maybe 4, 5, 6 shots after he was on the ground already. There I went with the outside corner serve. So this is actually where the game started to change. I noticed that he really likes to take service returns from his forehand, and he has much less variety from his backhand. So I went outside corner there. He almost just brought it to the middle of the court where I was able to net spin. So you see here, I think I go outside corner again to his forehand outside corner. There we go, right? Outside corner to the forehand. I don't block. I don't try to punch clear from my backhand, but I just block. Ooh, that was a really nice cross net from him. I thought I had defended my way back into the point and thought I was controlling the net quite well, but he just hit a really nice cross net there, so it was a really good point. Needed to break some momentum, so here I asked for a shuttle change and quick towel off. Went with the flick again. There you go with the net spin again, right? So just earlier I had served outside corner and I had got him on a net spin. So my feeling was good, and I knew that when the opportunity came again for another net spin, I would take it. And it paid off right there. So here's where I'm building momentum. I believe I go outside corner to his backhand again, where he's very, very relaxed. Yep, to the backhand, see that? Yep, so I went to the outside corner. He tried to do a cross-court lift to my backhand side, which obviously is longer distance. I wasn't going to take it backhand. I already said I'm going to attack, and I caught him off guard, so. Here also, I think I go outside corner to his forehand. Yep, to his forehand. There we go, again with the attack right away, right? Again, speeding up, the last half of the third game. I wasn't going to let him control the pace. I was going to initiate any injections of pace in the rallies. So if it ain't broke, you just keep doing it, right? See, there we go again. Outside corner, right? His return was right to the middle. Super easy for me to open up the entire court. Right, so I just continue to exploit the strategy. It's working well. So I just stick with it and continue to build on it. Here he's starting to feel pressure, I can tell. Right to the forehand again instead of the tee. There was a lucky point. Super loose recovery shot by me. Should have been a winner for him. I mean, it was just so high, so loose. But again, I told you, right? He's feeling the pressure to stop the bleeding. And that's sometimes when your hands can get a little bit shaky. And I was very lucky on that one. Yep, to the backhand again. Finally changed it. He finally broke my momentum there with a little bit of deception. That was a great shot. A very risky shot, and also it takes a lot of nerves to hit that when you've already lost, I think, 5 or 6 points. So it was a great shot by him. Just got me off of a misdirection. See, there was a really high serve. I thought I had him there. The serve was so high. I took it as early as I could to kind of disguise a push, but then I blocked it knowing that he would take it low and lift it. And I went for the straight smash, which was just out by an inch, but that should have been a winner. There he is with another flick serve. I'm trying to initiate as much speed as I can in attack. Right here, see again, I'm forcing the attack, right? I'm not trying to let him be aggressive in these last couple of points. So now I'm up 18-15, and I know I really need to kind of keep this lead and not let him creep back in. Right here, I'm just really focusing on the quality of my serve and making sure that I have a good chance to start the rally right away. There we go, short serve. Yep. Net spin. Good defense by him. He got back into the rally. A little hesitation. There we go. Followed up with 2 attacks. Some good reactions by me, honestly. Was a little bit lucky, but was just able to get out of his attack after he got out of my attack. So we both had to counter a little bit there. I went from offense to defense and then converted with a bad recovery shot by him where he was just trying to punch clear his way out of trouble, which typically doesn't work. I'm so focused here right now. You see, I know what I need to do, right? First things first is I'm focusing a lot on my service and then kind of anticipating his first shot right off of the service and building an advantage right away in the rally. There we go, good serve. So he just took it a little low. Got him again in the forehand corner. Got him to make it unforced error, right? So good serve, got him into recovery mode, blocked it, forced him to go for a winner that was out. So here, 2015, I think he gets a little bit of momentum, actually. He's able to save a couple match points. Net spin, good lift by him, couldn't attack that. Here I do attack. Good recovery, and I was there. Just went too tight on that net. Didn't need to go for that one. I already had him pinned in the forehand corner. Could have brought it to the middle or even across net, but didn't need to go for that tight of a net spin right there. 16-20. I think here he starts to pressure me a little bit. He also knows that he can't be playing defensive, so there I got him again with the corner. Couldn't attack that one, but I wanted to. See, again, kind of out of position, over the head, straight smash that just gets me kind of flat-footed. Those are the shots that are so dangerous from him. 17-20 now. There we go. Again, trying to target his forehand side and just making sure I'm just trying to save the attack. But good smash, good cross-court smash. My recovery shot was a little bit too flat, too low. He was just able to get behind it on that one. 18-20. Here again, I know that the net is so important. I have to control the net here, and I think I'm able to take it early for a winner, but let's see how I get there. He's for sure nervous. Good serve. Took it as early as I can. Good smash by him, and there it is. Right? See, I took it early.